Hello!
Hi, and welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm back. We're back.
Hooray.
Katawa is back.
Yeah. And it's the thing that, well, you've been waiting for, probably the most. We're
Yeah.
comforting Misha.
Finally. It's like a welcome back gift.
That's true. We've been waiting.
It's a little ridiculous, too, because, well, okay, we'll just move on. But I'm back. We're going to do a bunch of Katawa to make up for, over a month of no Katawa?
For my shitty solo videos.
Well, you
they
did
were
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got better as it went on, but it was like, ugh.
Yeah, we didn't have people leave in mass droves, so I feel like you did all right.
We actually I was worried about that.
Yeah.
I was super worried
just
about
play
that.
weeby fucking
Yeah, well,
Galgun, and you're good to go.
That's what I would do in normal time anyways.
All right.
Here we go. I'm clicking it.
It's been a while since I've done the voice. Hang on. Please comfort me, Hee-chan, just for today.
Okay.
Does that still sound the same, people? I'm a changed man, so I don't know.
You are? How so?
I don't know. It's just been a month.
As much as I pretend to protest, I've allowed things to come to this point, even though I knew so far ahead of when she actually came out with it that this was what she was getting at. I understood that completely.
Yeah. So just to recap, because it's been a while. She's all upset about, she's in love with...
Shizune.
That's it. I was like, She-chan.
Yeah. She loves her, and...
she's all sad and all that, and she just needs you to comfort her just for tonight.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that she loves her yet, do we, at this point?
I can't remember, but she does.
Okay. Right, yeah.
It doesn't change.
At the very least, I was okay with this outcome. If I needed any more proof, it's simple. I still haven't turned her away. Yeah, because he's like all about her for a while.
Yeah.
So I could have at any point, and it was wrong of me not to do it sooner, but now not doing so is something beyond simple carelessness. Misha takes my silence as agreement and squeezes herself against me tightly, as if she's trying to get into my clothes. My arms are enveloped by the softness of her skin and the warmth of her body. I roll over on reflex and end up on top of her.
Oh, no.
I might have to censor the very first episode of this.
This is the welcome back present.
She looks at me as if expecting me to take the lead and closes her eyes nervously the second I return her gaze. I guess I have no choice, and I clumsily begin trying to undress her, something I've never done before. Well, yeah, no shit. Whoa.
Hey, get those sensors ready.
After all, I've only had sex once before, and it was with Emmy. I mean, I was restrained to a chair. This time I'm in control, like I'd wished then. But it's really kind of scary, now that I am. I start by unbuttoning her blouse and slipping it off of her shoulders.
Well, I got mine. I guess I can leave again.
This is all I needed. Oh, wait, you're comforted, right? Her figure is curvier than I expected and complements her cute face.
Nothing wrong with that.
Her bra unhooks in the back, and I have trouble getting it off, partly because Misha seems ashamed of her breasts, for some reason, and half-heartedly tries to cover them before I've even undone it. When I unlatch her skirt and start pulling down her panties, she offers more moments of weak, fake resistance. It's fake resistance, not real resistance.
I swear, officer.
It's just a formality. I realize now that formalities are very important to Misha. It's why she always greets everyone so happily, even when she probably isn't happy to see them. Her eyes are open now, and I run my hand up the inside of her thigh, almost laughing when she shudders and nearly crushes it when she tightens her legs.
Might not want to put your head in there.
A genuine reaction, and a cute one. She's going to crush you between them thick thighs.
What a way to go, though.
Shizune was better at hiding her inexperience, even though she was just as embarrassed. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Let's get ready to... She nods without looking at me. As I push my... I can feel her becoming rigid with nervousness, which I start to feel as well when I meet a resistance. I feel so tense that every time I move, it feels painfully mechanical. She looks thrilled.
Yeah, I was going to say, she is not into this.
I wonder if I should go more quickly, like Shizune did, but Shizune is pretty forward. It's a different situation now, one I regret getting myself into. I start pushing slowly, and Misha winces in pain.
Please do it quickly. Get this over with. Ow!
Don't worry, that won't be a problem.
I finished like 30 seconds ago.
I stop.
No, it's okay.
And then I feeling Misha's hands clasp my arms, and then reach higher as if she is trying to climb them. Grabbing at my shoulder, she pulls herself against me, joining us more tightly together, and I can't do anything but push back. Her hands grip each other around my back. I feel her elbows digging into the space under my ribs as I... The blood pounds in my ears like the beating of a drum until I can barely hear her. Yeah, she's vocal.
This is my first time with a man. It's weird.
I wish she would stop talking. Her voice is
Shut up!
Her is so quiet and breathy that I have trouble understanding her, but the tone of sadness permeating it is unmistakable and only makes me feel guiltier. I'm supposed to be comforting her, but it's entirely physical. And if Misha is being reassured in any way by this, she isn't showing it. I think I've made a mistake.
Yeah. Oops, bad ending.
Oh no. That makes me question whether my decision was the right one. I'm really starting to doubt it.
Listen, I'm not a fan, but it's the only Misha route there is.
Right.
Give me a break.
That's true. There should be a real one. Despite that, her soft cooing in my ear makes me keep going, as does the hot... Eventually, her leg twisting around mine, she tenses up, in her smooth neck rubbing across my cheek.
Is she one of the choices in that one mod that people were talking about when you play as one-armed girl?
It was only a girl or Hisao.
A different girl? It wasn't Misha?
I think.
Okay.
Right? I don't remember.
I can't remember either. It's been a while.
It takes her a minute to separate herself from me. It gives me an opportunity to see her body fully, her pink skin blushing bright red and dabbed with sweat. I feel cold.
He-chan?
Yeah.
What's up, baby?
Yeah, baby. I can't hear anything but the ticking of the clock and the sound of my own breathing.
Never mind, He-chan.
I search around for Misha's hand with my own and caress it. How light and delicate it seems, even as it grabs me so tightly around my wrist. The feeling is familiar. Caress.
How sweet and terrible.
Yay! We've done it.
We did it. We comforted Misha.
I bet our girlfriend will be happy about that.
Right.
How's this gonna go? How much is we gonna repeat?
That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if we should go all the way to the end because I feel like
if we read stuff, we can not skip or whatever.
Okay.
Text or
I mean, if you remember, it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know. The following morning, I wake up thinking most of my time is going to be spent trying to avoid Shizune and Misha.
So nothing different.
What happened last evening still makes me feel uneasy. I thought that sleeping on it would help alleviate that feeling. I feel like an idiot for believing it would be that easy. This might not even be the same. I don't remember.
Well, no, because Misha left.
Yeah, okay. I think about whether or not Misha might feel the same way. If so, she probably won't show up to school today. I'd consider doing the same, but it would be pretty suspicious, and staying inside all day in fear doesn't appeal to me. It never really has. Like I thought, Misha isn't in class this morning. Shizune is, but today is a busier day than most. So she gives her all, concentrating on her classwork, and that means there's little idle time for her to start up a conversation with me. It's strange that I should be running from the thought of having to talk to Shizune after spending so much time to do just that, but I can't think of any other way I should feel. I had sex with her best friend.
Nice.
If I feel this way about it, I wonder how Misha must feel. Just as regretful? When she came on to me, she was more depressed than sexy to start with. Nice.
Did she really come on to you? She has to be comforted, not...
Yeah, I wouldn't have even taken it that way. I mean, well, yeah, she did. She kissed him. She threw her.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
I guess that counts as throwing herself at him.
Yeah,
But
still.
I can only imagine how much worse it would be now. Thinking about it like that, I want to see her again, but only half-heartedly. The other half of me is still terrified, even though I hate to use that word. Makes me feel ashamed, but I'm sure it's the only way to describe myself right now. It's not a good feeling. I spend the next couple periods in the library, not in the mood to sit in classes for the rest of the day, but unwilling to walk back to the dorms. Yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
While I'm lazily flipping through the pages of an uninteresting historical fiction novel, Shizune drops herself into the chair across from me, pouting.
Like, there's no situation where Misha doesn't tell her.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's no way out of this.
No, it's done. I don't remember what voice I had for her at all. I think it's sort of pointless to come to school and then skip every class.
That's the exact voice.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
Sorry. At least tell everyone that you're sick. I'm just not feeling it today. Yesterday I was fine, though. Tomorrow I'll probably be fine. Taking a sick day in the middle of the week is just too suspicious. That's not fine. That 24-hour flu thing or whatever won't fly.
We've seen this.
Yeah, this is... Okay. So here we go. Was it skip or was it auto?
It's skip. It'll only skip scene text. Boop, boop,
Okay.
boop, 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 boop,
Here we
boop.
go.
Get used to this, because once we start the Ren route, we're going to be doing it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is when she
Now
tells
she-
us that she's in love with.
Right.
Oops. Oh,
Here we go.
after all, and you know, all the other shit I said. After all, I've...
What? Where are we?
I've even done something really terrible now. Unforgivably terrible.
I was thinking about my girlfriend and then you appeared.
Yeah, you're like Adam Sandler in Click.
Yeah.
What a weird reference.
I love that movie, actually.
It's a good one. It's one of his last good ones.
Yeah, that's... All right, here we go.
Nope, that's still...
Oh,
She's got more to say about it, I'm sure.
okay. Misha presses herself harder against the fence at her back as if hoping to slip right through it. Don't be stupid. I'm surprised by the tone of my voice. Sorry.
That's just like general advice.
I realized I hate it when I'm left feeling regretful over anything. Even so, it's impossible for me to not end up regretting something, so what I said before is stupid. Yesterday I did a stupid thing. That's probably...
It was you.
Yeah. Probably part of the reason why I'm here right now, so I could figure out if I could maybe make it right somehow. Do you ever feel that way? You said you've done some terrible things. You can try fixing them. Do you want to go out sometime?
He-chan. Isn't that...
I know that she's thinking that I'm saying this more for me than for her. No, it's not. I just think that killing yourself is the biggest regret a person could end up with.
I wouldn't really regret it at that point. He-chan, you're so dramatic.
Thanks. Whether she was serious, I'll never know. I don't try to find out as she lets out a sigh and closes her eyes as if going to sleep. I feel that the dangerous mood I was picking up from her has passed. The door behind us opens, and I think it's someone we've met before.
Yeah. Let's all be friends. Oh.
It's not a trick, I promise. It will be something fun. I don't know what you're talking about. We should maybe
so
read
lost.
this. Misha contrasts the genial smile on Shizune's face with a lonely expression of her own. If Misha is really jealous of me for stealing Shizune away from her, then it'd only make it worse if all three of us were together. Would it, though?
Yeah.
I imagine it'd be like rubbing salt in an open wound, so I get the idea to let them spend some time together.
Yeah, just let them be alone without
Yeah.
you to supervise.
This will go well for you.
You're really bad at this, man.
You might want to skip town. I'm not so idealistic that I think a single afternoon to themselves will solve everything, but it might help. It seems like the better option than going with them, because my presence definitely won't help at all. I don't want them both to be mad at me at the same time. You two can go have fun then. I'm going to go to bed early.
It's not suspicious.
Are you sure? It's barely past lunch. I told you, I don't feel too good today. I think I'm coming down with something. I thought you said excuses like that won't work. She has me there. It's okay, but refusing someone's invitation is rude. I'll expect you to make it up to me. Shizune turns around and smiles at Misha and starts signing something that I can't see. I assume it's along the lines of, it looks like it's just going to be the two of us.
Oh, no.
That's good.
What?
Right?
I white out.
This is me going to bed, I guess.
I must be sick. I've got a fever.
Yeah.
I'm really breaking a trust. I mean, sweat.
Oh, yeah, this.
Yeah. Act 4.
The little girl Shizune.
I think Act 4 came a lot quicker on this route than it did on the
I'm
original.
Sure. Is this different? No.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we gotta skip this out paragraphs. Oh, God.
Still just hanging out,
Okay.
doing a thing. Don't you have sex with her here? Or is that... Maybe that's another time.
Yeah, we bang in there. Oh, it's later, though.
That must be, yeah.
Oh,
closer to
right.
the
This
end.
is like the picnic.
Yeah, when she's like, I'm going to make sure she's happy again, and it doesn't work, and she gets all upset about it.
Right.
She's like, I guess we'll just eat the food then. Bruh.
Yeah. And she's like, I made it myself, but I didn't make it at all. I bought it at the store.
Right.
And then, oh yeah, this where they come and give her his new phone number.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah. So
it's like,
weird.
For what purpose?
Yeah.
She can't call.
They forget. They just forget.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, well, I mean, maybe she can, like, talk, but it's just... Because they, like, allude to, like, she can make sounds.
She can make noises, yeah. And I'm sure she can talk, but...
But then I was like, well, no, she wouldn't be able to hear the phone.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense even that way.
No. Like, you could just send texts, I guess, but... It like they talk about like, oh, you could call anytime and what? No.
And then right. Oh, here we go. Jeez, that was a lot of the same stuff. Next day, Misha is back in class, although still looking pretty sullen. Not that I was expecting her to magically feel better. That would be asking the impossible, considering what happened.
We're at time, but do you want to just burn through this one in one bigger episode? Just so we can get started on Rin.
Because we're probably going to be skipping a lot.
Yeah, there can't be much left. I have a feeling like we're going to be skipping a lot of it. So we'll just do like a longer episode.
That's fine.
It's a welcome back episode. So.
Yeah.
No one else has told me welcome back.
I did.
Yay!
Phil welcomes you back.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
sure.
We'll see in the comments how loved I am.
This time it's Shizune who's out. Watch him be like overly rude to me. They'll be like, "Thank God, this channel sucked. I almost unsubscribed."
Yeah. Well, the people who are watching a lot of them are watching because of Katawa, and we haven't been able to do it. So.
Yeah, all right. At first, it almost makes me laugh that suddenly, whenever one is in class, the other isn't. But thinking about it, there's nothing funny about it at all. In fact, I find it hard to concentrate on my work because of it.
Were they the same person every time?
Well, that might be helpful to you. It could be that
it's not really cheating.
It could be that she's just sick, or she could just, or she could simply be skipping class. It could also be something more serious, and I'm tempted to ask Misha if she knows, but I end up doing nothing.
Good plan.
Yeah. I don't regret stepping in yesterday, scared that Misha would do something rash. But now I feel like I should give her some space. Eventually the bell rings and Misha gets up for lunch along with everyone else. I decide to eat lunch in an empty classroom today, just not this one. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't remember if this is...
I don't either. If we get to a point...
We'll click it now.
Yeah, it's still new.
Unfortunately, a lot of other students seem to have the same idea, so there aren't a whole lot of empty classrooms to go around. Finally, as I'm about to give up on the idea, I find a dark one at the end of the hall. That's not a dark one.
What?
Is this the ending? We just end up with Lilly out of nowhere?
Yeah, well, it was dark in there because she don't know the difference.
Yeah, on turning the lights on. However, I find out that this one isn't empty either. Lilly's just sitting here in the dark like a creep.
Oh, God.
Lily's head turns in my direction. It scares the shit out of me.
But her body doesn't turn.
Yeah, which freaks
Exorcist.
me out. Before I realized she probably heard me flipping the light switch.
Hello. Oh, God.
Hey, Lilly. I didn't think anyone else would be here. Me neither.
Is that you, Hisao?
Yeah, but you probably knew that already. I turned to leave, which prompts Lilly to quickly speak up.
You don't have to leave so quickly. We can both have lunch in the same room. As a matter of fact, I would prefer to eat with someone else.
Instead of alone, here in the dark like a freak. I'm about to ask her how she knew I was here to eat lunch, but brush it aside.
Sixth sense.
It's just simple common sense, and I don't want to seem too easily impressed.
I guess with her it wouldn't be sixth sense, it'd just be fifth.
Fifth, yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. I take a seat at the desk in front of Lilly, after reversing it to face hers. I've heard that our minds fill in a lot of what we see based on how we remember seeing it once before. Or some shit. I don't know. It was late at night and I saw it on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah. Anything that makes it so the artist doesn't have to draw a different scene.
Or our expectations. Mostly for efficiency, so as to not have to process everything you look at individually. Lilly never seems to stop to question any noise, so I wonder, is it because her mind is filling in context every time? Or does she not care and just sort of accept things as they fall into place? I'm sure we'll delve more into that when we're
who cares about Lilly right now?
On her desk, there are just a few cookies and a thermos of tea. She must be one of those light lunch types. I bite into my sandwich. Some of the ingredients spill out on the back end.
Oh my God.
I'm a heavy
wasted
lunch
good
person.
salami! We haven't spoken in a long time. I'm surprised that you still remember my name. Spent a whole weekend together. Must be very busy in the student council.
Ah, zombies! It's different every week. Some weeks are pretty slow. Some weeks I consider taking a sick day. Hold on, Lily. I need a second to catch my breath from inhaling that sandwich.
And how has it been lately?
Unpredictable. I snap my fingers, which, from her facial expression, upsets her a lot.
What was that?
Please don't do that.
I think that you've been hanging out with around those two too much.
I agree. Let's go with a new route.
Yeah. Let's go 3 for 3 on this one.
I guess it is one of Shizune's trademarks. Personally, I like it.
I ignore it.
Yeah, me too. That's what I said. Her tone doesn't change, even slightly, but Lily's mood has obviously dipped. Doesn't seem like it would be easy to. I've been trying to figure out how she can make it so loud, but I think I'm damaging my knuckles.
Even if it were loud enough to break the windows, I would ignore it. I'm not a trained seal. I have that luxury.
Are you still mad about that? I asked the question as carefully and diplomatically as possible, although in the end, it doesn't even matter. I'm only asking to satisfy my curiosity.
It has been a while. I didn't see that one coming. No, of course not, although I don't like Shizune.
What?
We were in the student council together for a brief time.
No way. I heard.
I wish you hadn't been so quick to join.
I'm sorry.
That way we could date. I don't like the way Shizune runs the student council. Did you know that she scared off most of the old members? That is why I think she tries to surround herself with people who won't oppose her.
Yeah, she sucks.
Yeah.
I'm so over her.
Yeah, I totally cheated on her. High five.
Yeah.
And they don't. It's like a dependency bubble.
That'll hurt her. We're on the same team, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that Shizune is aware of what Lily is saying. After all, I can remember her specifically denying it a couple times, which I'd always thought was strange. They say that the more specific a denial is, the more likely it is that the allegations are true.
I don't have a small penis.
In this case, I think I disagree. It's massive. Shizune is the one subject on which her opinion could be called less than objective. Did you tell her that?
Very often.
Lily stops to polish off the last of her tea. I'm running behind on finishing my own lunch and take advantage of the pause to eat as much as possible. If I had known that there was a whole big thing with Lily, we could have broken the episode off.
All of her friends are related to the student council, like Misha. I heard things are touchy between her and Misha. Did they have a fight?
They will. Not really.
Is that so? Either way, there's no point in attempting to force them to make up. Always try to confront everything head-on is what Shizune would do, but it doesn't work in the real world. At some point, it's just being stubborn, not bravery or good intentions.
That's a little general, don't you think?
I suppose. What do you think is the best to have with tea? Cookies or scones? I like them both, in different ways. I couldn't possibly choose.
I don't like tea.
Yeah, I drink coffee. I don't like people who constantly force me to pick sides or want to turn everything into a contest. When I joined the student council, I thought it would just mean helping everything run smoothly and helping people out, like being the class representative. Instead, every day consisted of having Shizune stomp around, using Misha like a megaphone to talk about how we had to outdo the last student council and create more and more events and make them increasingly larger.
We had to play chess to fight over the last scone. And
Right?
It got cold by the time we were done anyways. But then the two of you basically want the same thing. All that stuff makes things exciting. I didn't really get it at first, but it's not some ego project. People like fireworks and soba huts, candied apples, and dress-up days, or whatever, I don't know.
Stupid stuff.
The more the student council does, the more responsibility the school gives us. It means extra work, but in a way, it also means more freedom. You have the pull to do things like organize a big festival, and they'll think you're capable enough to handle it instead of just rejecting it instantly. Anyway, I want that too now. It's got its share of pointless busy work, but there are moments that make it worth it when everything comes together. Gives me something to do. If I were to just go to school day in, day out, I think I'd explode. Yeah, I love the student council. I banged both the chicks there.
Yeah! I think Yamaku is much more easygoing than other schools.
Yamaku isn't other schools, though.
Very good.
I start slipping into another familiar mentality. In some ways, it's almost too easygoing. And if I were a different person, I'm sure I would find how easygoing it was to be stifling. Though in any other school, such easiness would just be the normal flow of life. But here, the uneventfulness would be compounded. It would feel different, because I'm not a normal person, after all. I'd be reminded of it every time I heard the blood beating in my temples. I'd feel patronized and weak, and my bitterness would only grow. Yeah, sure. Point is...
Think all that and then just say, yeah, sure.
I think I understand what it's all about now. You're really giving Shizune too much of a hard time.
That might be true, but fuck you. But when it comes to how she treats individual people, she doesn't do very well.
She's a bitch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one is a little harder to argue.
Do you have the time? I'd like to go to class 10 minutes before the bell. We're like 20 minutes late.
Then you're right on time if you go now. Does that mean she's late, or that...
Yeah.
Excusing herself, Lilly leaves, and I sit listening to the clicking of her cane on the floor, fading into the mumble of other students having conversations in the other classrooms and in the hall. I feel exhausted and completely forget that I wanted to talk to Shizune today.
Oh well.
Go to sleep, I guess.
Yeah. Who cares?
Did she not want you to walk her to class? I thought that's what that meant.
Nah, she just wanted...
Do you have the time?
She
Oh,
wanted to
do you
know-
have the time?
Yeah,
as
like
in-
what time is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. No.
Nope.
After classes the next day, I instantly head towards the student council room to talk to Shizune. Even though she's in class, trying to cut her off and have a conversation with her near the doorway or out in the hall could be a little obstructive. Better to try and meet with her at the student council room. I take my time heading there, getting a juice from the vending machine on the way.
This seems familiar, though.
Yeah, it does. I also go over what I want to say to her in my head. It's nothing too important, only a few questions about upcoming events. Yeah, I don't know. The door is unlocked when I get there. I think the room was empty, too, if I couldn't see Shizune's bag perched on her desk. With the top of her head peeking from behind it, it looks as though she's built herself a little fort.
No boys allowed.
Fun. Cool, what are you doing?
Mom, she won't let me in.
Do you have hats? Shizune gives a wave from behind her bag before picking it up with a finger and moving it out of the way. But after that, she immediately goes back to tapping her pen against the desk and staring into the checklist as if it held the meaning of life itself in it.
The sad music is
Yeah,
worrying
something's
me.
gonna happen here. What do you need? I wanted to see if there's anything I could help with, like all that over there, or that, or these things. What are those? I point to the medium-sized stack of folders beside her, but she waves her hand dismissively.
They're folders, idiot.
Don't look at that. I can handle it myself. That's my plans to raid Area 51. Then what about
People
the
kind of gave up
elections?
on that already.
Also, where's Misha? I killed her. It's going okay, and I told Misha that I was going to handle everything myself. Why? Shizune spins a pen in her hand slowly, working it between each of her fingers like a needle through a patch of cloth. I'm turned on now. No reason. Really? No reason. She signs it again for emphasis to shut down the notion that there's anything more behind it. But there is, since she's definitely not acting normally. She said no reason. What's with the silent treatment?
Ass.
Is the phrase that immediately springs to mind. Even though it is hardly the time for humor, it does describe how I feel. We can't communicate normally, so I appreciate the few ways we can. To be shut out like this hurts. I think you probably did something to hurt her.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're gonna be like, "All right, I'm sorry, I slept with Misha," and she's like, "I just stubbed my toe. I'm in a bad mood."
Oh,
Never mind.
it's obvious that whatever her reasons, it's going to be pretty much impossible to talk to Shizune today. Beyond just being stubborn, she seems depressed, but with the way our conversation is going already, I don't see myself being able to find out what she's depressed about. Somehow that only makes me want to find out more, and that means I have to ask Misha. The problem is I don't really know where Misha goes in her spare time. She falls asleep in the hall, right?
Yeah.
After asking way more people than I should if they've noticed a girl with bright pink hair around and getting way more negative answers than I'd expected. Fuck you! I finally find a couple who have seen her. That's all right.
Should we? Should we stop?
I don't know. It's gonna be like an hour-long episode.
Yeah, let's stop. We'll split this into 2. Hopefully, the next one is long enough.
Yeah.
I'm worried. That's what I'm worried about. We'll work it out. All right, we'll cut this into 2 parts because it's already twice as long as it should be.
Yeah.
But we're back.
That's okay. Hooray!
And we're gonna be continuing. So you're gonna have.
Yeah, this is it. We're done now.
No, I'm saying you're gonna have about 2 weeks at least worth of straight Katawa.
Hooray!
Just because we've been neglecting you. And I'm sorry for that, Philip.
That's true.
I love you.
Game